What's up, basketball fans? Welcome to the Rats Report. It is time to talk about the Toronto Raptors, who have made a move. And shout out to Blake Murphy, who was reporting that the Raptors have signed Tyson Degenhart, an Exhibit 10 deal that was reported back around Summer League and now made official for camp. So who is Tyson Degenhart? I will be breaking that down for you in today's video, as well as discussing his future and what this could mean for the Raptors moving forward. But before we get into today's video, I need to ask you for a small favor. Hit the like button, not because of the like, because YouTube has this really new cool feature where once you hit the like button, it gives you the option to hype up this video in the comment section. So I need you all to do that for me. And if you are ready, let's get into today's video. So let's quickly touch upon Tyson Degenhart's stats to kind of give you an idea. I did make a video much earlier when the Raptors did sign him early during the offseason to kind of tell you what his game was like. I didn't discuss the stats then. I'm going to touch a little bit upon the stats here, and then I'll discuss him. So Tyson Degenhart, as you see there, 6'7" forward. He was kind of used as a power forward, less than, a small forward position, which I think is a pretty smart move considering he's not a great defensive player. But in terms of his stats here, let's quickly touch upon that. His last season in college, as you see there, averaged 18.3 points a game, 1.6 assists. And I will say that I've seen a lot of his tape that doesn't justify how good of a passer he is. Now, that's not to say, he's going to be averaging, 4 or 5 assists, but he is someone that makes really smart reads with his passes. He doesn't just carelessly throw the ball away. He's a pretty smart passer and one that can actually pass the ball pretty decently. Now, in terms of rebounding, 6.1 rebounds isn't too bad. Ideally, you would like to see him rebound the ball a little bit better, but that is also because he is not a terrific athlete. He doesn't, verticality-wise, he's not a great athlete. In terms of some of the other stats here, again, free throw, same thing. He is a good shooter, which I'll get to in just a moment. But ideally, for good shooters, free throw rate should be at least 82%. He shot about 79.7% from the free throw line. He is much like his stats, do not tell the entire story. He shot 34.9% on 4.1 attempts from the three-point line. He's actually a much better shooter than that. He's a great catch and shoot three-point shooter, as you'll see, in some of his highlights. He's also, he scores the ball efficiently, but he also does it, shoots the ball pretty well overall, not even from the three-point line, as evident by his 52.6% field goal percentage there. Now, to quickly talk about his advanced stats as well, this gives you a great idea of what this player is like. Tyson is a great offensive player. As you particularly look in the box plus minus, throughout his entire college career, he's had a very good box plus minus, but in his last season there, 8.6, box plus minus. But even more importantly, look at that offensive box plus minus of 7.3 is just absolutely amazing. Again, he has his limitations on the defensive side, but offensively, he was so good for, his team in college that it really just didn't matter how, he wasn't a great defender because his offense made up for that. 7.3 offensive blocks plus minus was absolutely huge for them. He also did have, offensive win shares as well. Again, as you see there, 5, which is a decent amount for someone like him. Now, what does this mean for the Raptors moving forward? Is he someone that's going to crack the roster for the Toronto Raptors? Not necessarily. This is a deal to, obviously invite him into camp to definitely let him battle it out with some of the starters, the bench players. But this isn't a bad deal, and I'll explain why in just a moment. But, you often see guys that are, brought into camp just to bring in a little bit more competition. He plays quite physical as well, so I think it'll be really good for someone like Jonathan Mogul. It'll be great for CMB going up against him in practice as well and all the drills they use. So it's great to have someone like that. He is a good three-point shooter. So one thing they can experiment, the Toronto Raptors, that is to kind of play with different lineups and see how certain players look when they have more floor spacing. Obviously, we have the data with Scotty Barnes. We know what he's like when he has a lot of floor spacing around him. But for someone like Colin Murray-Boyles, this is a great experiment for, someone like Darko, for the management to see what he would be like when you're running, 5-on-5 scrimmages. Have someone like Tyson play with him, play small ball lineup, use Tyson as a power forward, use Colin Murray kind of at the center position, see what works better for you overall. And this data is very important because this is the kind of stuff that no one really discusses when we talk about roster moves, but this essentially allows you to figure out what future moves you want to make, what kind of players you would like to trade for, even what kind of players you'd like to have along players like Colin Murray Boyles, and even, someone like Jamal Shed as well. How is he going to be playing with someone that can space the floor as well as Tyson does as well? A good catch and shoot 3-point shooter. And then how does that open up the space overall for some of the younger bench guys for the Toronto Raptors as well? But overall, he's going to come in there. Most likely, he's going to be assigned to the G League. He wasn't signed and waived like the Raptors have done with a few of the players they've already done. So most likely, he is going to be someone they play in the G League. And similarly to how we touched upon Colin Murray Boyles, I think this is a very important move for someone like Ulrich Chomche as well. For someone like Ulrich, obviously you want floor spacing around him. There's nothing worse than giving him a power forward that can't space the floor. So for someone like Tyson, that's going to be a great addition to the Raptors 905 to having really space the floor for Ulrich and just opens up the floor. As you guys know, having a 3-point shooter just opens up the floor so much for other guys to attack the basket as well. And overall, look, he could be one of those guys if the Raptors season does not go well and they're tanking. Maybe the Raptors give him an opportunity on a 10-day contract, see what he's like, kind of like they did with Orlando and Colin Castleton last season, just to, again, experiment, but also just give these young guys some opportunities as well. So again, could someone like Tyson Degenhart crack the Raptors roster? Never say never, but the likelihood is that he won't, just because given the Raptors' depth overall. Even when you look at the bench players, there's so many guys that need minutes. So it's very, very unlikely he makes the Raptors roster spot, but it is someone that's very, very likely to be with the Raptors 905. So I'm very curious to hear what you think about someone like Tyson Degenhart. Do you like this player? Do you not? Are you not familiar with him? If you're not, I did release a video about 5 months ago talking about some of the players that the Raptors signed undrafted and also their second round picks as well. So definitely go check out some of my old videos, which really go into very specific details about his strengths and weaknesses, and it will give you a great idea of what Tyson plays like. So if you are ready for the trivia question today, let's get right into it. And the trivia question for today is that how many times have the Raptors made the playoffs since becoming an NBA team? Is it A9? Is it B11? Is it C13? Or is it D15? So whoever answers this trivia question correctly first in the comment section gets a shout out in my next video. So that will be it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys have yourselves a great day.